So just in case you're not up to speed on your sailboats, a schooner is a boat that has at least two masts, with the foremast being just a little bit shorter than the main mast. It's going to be a test later.
Oh boy. Well, maybe you're more of a visual learner. Well, there will be some beautiful examples of the boat this weekend at the annual Cambridge Schooner Rendezvous. Sean recently hopped aboard the boat of the man who started the event to find out what got him into sailing and why he wanted to bring this rendezvous to Cambridge.
When it comes to sailing, it wasn't love at first sight for Captain Roger Worthington.
Originally wasn't interested in sailing. I came over from England in 1953 on the Empress of France, and I was sick the whole way over, so I didn't want to get near boats again.
But when an opportunity arose for Roger to work as a mechanic on a racing sailboat, he took it.
But they wanted me down there because I was a mechanic and I could fix things. So my wife said, why don't you just do it? You don't do anything else but work. Just take a chance. So I went down to Miami and I crewed on this vessel all the way from Miami to New York.
And in the middle of that journey, off the coast of North Carolina, Roger fell in love.
It was early in the year, in March. The sky, the clouds were scudding past the moon. It was this surreal environment. Undine's doing 12, 14 knots. And he let me drive this thing, this 32-ton monster that was the leading fastest vessel on the East Coast at the time. And that experience, that feeling of euphoria, it was incredible. I can't tell you the feeling I had of flying, but on the water in this beautiful night. It was just something I got hooked. I just couldn't give it up. So I went all over the place in that boat.
I'm going to ease off the topping lift.
Roger would go on to own several different boats, eventually working his way up to this 60-foot schooner known as the Prom Queen, a fast boat that Roger would race in the Great Chesapeake Bay Schooner Race.
We've had this boat in the race with these sails at 35 knots. You talk about a hair-raising, as you mentioned, what makes you want to go sailing? Well, a lot of folks say, I want to race with you, and I say, be careful what you ask for, because once you get on board this boat, you're not getting off till we finish the race, and you may wish for something else.
After several years of competing, Roger had an idea.
And we're talking about it. I'd like to invite these schooners to Cambridge, because I think we need to demonstrate to the community, the mayor and council, that this is a wonderful port, and you need to use what you have before you lose it.
So, with the help of the Richardson Maritime Museum, the City of Cambridge, and the American Schooner Association, Roger created the Cambridge Schooner Rendezvous, a weekend filled with music, food, and of course, plenty of sailing. A weekend that Roger says really shows off Cambridge.
You don't understand. You've got something here that very, very few people have. It's a wonderful place to be. And a lot of folks that come here from other places, you have to be somewhere else to appreciate what you have.
That's beautiful. The 11th annual Cambridge Schooner Rendezvous is being held this weekend. The traditional parade of sails will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. On Saturday and Sunday, dockside side tours and day sails will be offered beginning at 10 a.m. There will also be music, food, vendors, and vigilant crew encampment all weekend at the Wharf Park.
To hear it from his perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, from